Yo guys, what's going on? This is xPurelol, and I want to start this commentary off by apologizing for my voice. I am really tired. It's like 11:30. I woke up at 9:30 today, and I just sat in my bed watching videos, because that's how I live life. YOLO. Anyways, today, as you can see by the title of this video, I will be Let's Talking Substitutes. Now, I recorded this commentary one time before, but apparently my mic was glitched out, and it didn't record anything. So I'll kind of shorten it up so you can watch this gameplay here, but let's get right into it. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the good subs in my district. So there's this awesome guy, and he's in his probably 70s. I'm not exactly sure his age, but he has this super awesome beard. It's like Gandalf and Dumbledore had a baby, and it's just like boom, it's just epic, you know. So the beard just sets him off from the top, like right there. He's the best. And then also he knows so much about everything. I'm pretty sure he has a degree in English, some form of English. I'm pretty sure he's like an author of something, and he's really good at knowing social studies facts, which is pretty funny. So he's probably one of the best, if not the best, in our district. Then probably the second best would be this, again, 60 to 70-year-old, and he's skinnier. The other sub, he's a little bit larger, you know, like Santa Claus's build. This guy is kind of like a skinny older kind of guy, like tall but thin, you know. And he's also awesome because he just basically lets us do what we want as long as it's in guidelines with the teacher's requests, which is usually easy. And that probably makes up the two good people in the substituting in my area. So I guess we'll go to the medium people. This one guy, he's okay, other than the fact that he looks like Two-Face from Batman. And yeah, that's kind of just, it sets him apart from the crowd that right there. Let's see. This one guy, he was kicked out for getting off topic so much, but he is awesome. He was a sub about 2 years ago, I think, and I think eventually they figured out he was not teaching what the teachers had put down in their notes, so he was banned from subbing again. But when he did sub, he was awesome, because one time I think he taught us to make like roast beef or something. It was pretty funny. So I don't know where to put him. He was a good sub, but he's kicked out, so I guess he's a decent sub. I don't know. I guess let's get into the bad subs, because there's not very many subs that stand out in my mind. There's very good, and then there's the subs that I remember that are decent, and then there's the subs that suck. So I guess we'll get into the sucky subs. So in science class, there's this pig-faced woman, and if that's not enough, she is super quiet like this. She doesn't even talk, and you know, it's kind of hard to hear. And she expects you to understand what she's saying. Also, she has a lisp like this, like take your notes on the rock cycle, and yeah, that's what you'll be doing the whole period. So, it was a little bit worse than that. I'm not very good at mocking a lisp there, but she was not an enjoyable sub. However, she wasn't a very good leader, so we would just talk the whole period, so it's fine anyways. That's how most of the science subs are, to be honest. And I guess finally I have to talk about the gym subs now, like physical education substitute teachers. Alright, so mostly the guys are okay, because they realize that if Mr. my teacher, sorry, I almost said his name, if my gym teacher wants us to do something, then who will be safe enough to do it. But the women subs seem to think that we're too fragile and precious to play these games where you're just like throwing a little squishy ball that fills with air. And sometimes we even do it with like rubber balls, like the kickballs, and he's fine with it. Now, I don't know why these women seem to think that they need to change it so everyone's gonna be okay or what. I don't know what their idea is, but I know they're just retarded. So let's get into two specific instances of these women before this commentary ends. So a quick one, this woman substituted earlier this year, and she was the first terrible girl sub. So she didn't allow us to play that ball game, and instead of that we just played kickball the whole time, which is way more like dangerous in everyone's mind but her apparently, because you're throwing a huge oversized kickball at people to get them out instead of throwing like a little skinny air-filled ball, or not skinny, like a small air-filled ball at people. And then there was the sub yesterday. Now she is kind of a fat old lady, and she looked fine at the beginning of the period, like she was smiling and everything. And then when we got out to actually do gym, she was just crazy. She knew she didn't have the ability to quiet us, so she said, "You know, if I get in the middle of the gym and I put my hands up, you gotta stop talking and be quiet." And that didn't really work for her, so anyways. I knew I hated her that instant, and then she didn't realize she didn't want us to play Spider Ball, so we had to play Capture the Flag. And I don't know if she realizes this or not, but in Capture the Flag, you're just like mowing everyone over like I don't even know. I was like a linebacker or something. Just what's it called? Stiff arming? Yeah, I was stiff arming everybody, and it was pretty funny. But eventually, she blew the whistle, and no, she doesn't have a whistle. So she was trying to get the attention at the middle of the gym with her hands, and that didn't work. But eventually, we realized that she was making an attempt to stop us, and we came around, and she said that the reason it was so violent was because people were throwing the cones, because the flags, which are like these like jerseys that you normally use just to like distinguish teams, people were like tucking them into the hole at the top of the cone, and that's why they threw it. Now she's like, okay, you're not allowed to put the jersey around the cone. And I'm just like, if you're retarded enough to pick up a cone and the jersey around it, and maybe I'll have like an image here, we'll see, but so if you're gonna pick up the jersey and somehow you pick up the cone, it's your fault for being retarded. It's when you pick up the jersey and the cone and the jersey's stuck in the cone that you pick it up. So I said, no, that's not the reason. She's like, don't argue with me, guy. And I'm just like, yeah, fuck you. And that was basically what happened with her. Now she is hopefully never gonna sub again because she is a bitch. Now, I guess that's it for subs. Except now I kind of want Subway or Quiznos, but if you guys want to get me that, feel free to. But I don't want to make you pay anything, so I'll just get it myself. Anyways, this has been xPurelol. If you liked my Let's Talks, check out all the other ones I have. But I guess for now, this has been xPurelol, and I'll see you guys later.